Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to discuss the top 10 defensemen of the 2024 NHL Draft class. This draft class is stacked with top-end D, so you're going to want to stick around and watch this video. And if you'd like to see some scouting reports on some of these prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube, and please subscribe and hit that like button to help the channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so for the top 10 D of this draft, we're going to go backwards starting from 10 and all the way up to 1. And the first prospect on the list is EJ Emery from the NTDP. He's listed at 6'3", 185 pounds, and he's a right-handed D, and they are coveted in the NHL. And he had 16 points in 61 games playing for the U.S. under-18 national team. But let me tell you something. He is a big, mobile defenseman, and he's got a physical edge to him that you like to see. So you know what? He's probably, end of the first, mid-first, end of the first, second round type player. But I can definitely see a team taking a chance on him because he's got good mobility and he's got a little, like I said, a little aggressiveness to his game. I love it. And so EJ Emery, he's going to go at number 10 on my list right now for top 10D. Moving on, we have the 9th overall one. That's Alfons Freij, one of my personal favorites of this draft. Now, he played in the Swedish Junior League, and he had 33 points in 40 games, and he's 6'1", almost 200 pounds, and he's a left-handed D. But let me tell you something. He is mobile. He's a great skater, had a really good U18s, I found, and he had 6 points in 7 games. And I just like his all-around game. He's very smart, very patient with the puck on his stick. And like I said, he's a great skater. Left-handed D, they're a little bit less coveted as the right-handed D, but he is mobile. That's the one thing with Alfons Freij is that he's a great skater. He gets around the ice really well, and he's got a good physical presence as well. So in my opinion, I like him at number 9 on this list of top 10 D. All right, number 8, we are going to go with Adam Jiricek. He is the brother of David Jiricek from Columbus, and he came into the draft season as a highly rated defensive prospect. But a season-ending injury at the World Juniors definitely affected his rankings. Now, he played in the top men's Czechia League and had 1 point in 19 games. But I see some potential in Adam Jiricek, and he's also a right-handed D. And like I said, NHL teams love right-handed D. And you'll see in these clips here, he's got some pretty good mobility. He's a little bit on the thin side. So once he gets a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger, grows a little bit, I think that's going to help him out a lot. And unfortunately, like I said, the second half of the season, we didn't get to see him play. So, his progression, I guess you could say, you'd like to see that in a prospect, and we didn't get to see that. So he dropped a little bit on some rankings for sure. All right, number 7, Stian Solberg. Let me tell you something. This kid is a truck on the ice. One of the hardest hitters in this draft class. And he put up 15 points in 42 games in the Norwegian Men's League and really climbed the rankings all season long due to his improved play, basically, especially at the World Juniors and the World Championships. Like I said, the one thing that stands out with Solberg is his physicality. He loves to hit everything that moves, basically, and I would consider him probably more of a defensive defenseman. You'll see that some on this list have both, offensive or they're good two-way, but Solberg, he's more of a defensive defenseman. So in terms of point production, you might not see that much from him, but he's got a good shot. So a lot of teams, they like those defensive defensemen, and they're looking for that, especially come draft day. So Stian Solberg, he's going to go at number 7 on our list. Number 6, we got Carter Yakemchuk, and let me tell you something. He's another beast on the ice. But check out these points. 71 points in 66 games, 30 goals. Yeah, he's got some hands. And, he probably has some of the best hands among the D on this list, and also has a great shot. Obviously, like I said, 30 goals, not too bad, eh? Now, the other thing with Yakemchuk is that he has a little bit of an edge to his game, which can sometimes lead to penalty problems, but he's definitely not afraid to throw the body in. When he's on the ice, you better keep your head up. So we got Carter Yakemchuk at number 6. 5 on the list, Zayne Parekh. He is the top offensive defenseman of this draft. And check out these numbers. 96 points in 66 games. Wow. Now, Parekh is the type of player that could one day seriously run an NHL power play. He has great creativity and confidence with the puck on his stick. Now, the only issue is some of his defensive play. and he's on the smaller size as well. So he needs to bulk up a little bit. But in terms of, his IQ, his hockey IQ, and his calmness with the puck, he is so smooth with the puck on his stick. There are times when you think he's in a bind, and then he just kind of slithers out of there. Like he's really, really good. And you know what? Put up 33 goals. So yeah, he can definitely wire a puck too. I wouldn't say that he's got a heavy shot, but definitely an accurate shot. So Zayne Parekh, he's going number 5 on the list. And moving on, we got number 4, and that's the big D from Russia, Anton Silayev. Check this out. 6'7", 207 pounds. And he had 11 points in 54 games in the KHL, which is not bad. He had a really hot start, but then he kind of died down near the end. And he's been dropping a little bit in the draft rankings. But when you got a defenseman who's 6'7", yeah, and he can move. He's got some nice skating. So obviously he covers a lot of the ice, which is important when, playing the point. And he also plays a physical game, which is a bonus. There are just some decision issues though, but that can definitely be worked on. So we got Anton Silayev at number 4 on our list. All right, number 3, Artyom Levshunov. Yes, the big D from Michigan State, 6'2", 208 pounds, had 35 points in 38 games in the NCAA. Most rankings have Levshunov as the number 1 D for this draft class, and he does have all the attributes to be ranked number 1. Now, personally, I got 2 defensemen ahead of him, and probably just my preference, but he has a great motor, great skating, he's physical, but I question some of his offensive upside, and that's why I have him ranked at number 3. Oh, and he's a right shot, which, like I said before, is worth gold to NHL team. So I'm going to go with Artyom Levshunov at number 3, leaving us with 2D left. And at number 2, I went with Sam Dickinson of the London Knights. And he's 6'3", 204 pounds. He had 63 points in 58 games playing in the OHL. And he has a cannon. A cannon for a shot from the blue line. Now, again, like I said, I might be biased to have Dickinson this high because I've watched him live for 2 years now. So, I think he's got a great combination of skill and grit, plus some offensive upside. Now, with some time and proper development, I could see Dickinson being a great 2-way defenseman at the NHL level. And that's why I have him at number 2 on this list. And it's a personal preference, like I said. You know what? Artyom Levshunov can definitely, crop up into the top spot or top 2 spots. But this is who I like at number 2, Sam Dickinson. So, number 1, Zeev Buium from the University of Denver. Now, he is, in my opinion, the best all-around defenseman of this draft class. And he had 50 points in 42 games in the NCAA as a freshman. Now, Buium probably has the highest hockey IQ of all the D in this draft. And his transitional game and power play skills, along with his 200-foot game, make him a force on the back end when he's on the ice. This is from the finals, the final game in the Frozen Four, and obviously University of Denver won, but he played a big role in that. And I found that he progressed really well this season. That's one thing with Zeev Buium, is that his whole season, he just evolved his game. And so I just like him. He's my favorite all-around D, I guess you could say, in this draft class, and that's why I have him at number 1 for the 2024 NHL Draft class. And that is it for today. Now, I want some honorable mentions. I got a couple of players here. I got Charlie Elick, Cole Hudson, Aaron Kiviarhu, Henry Muse, and Leo Saline Wallenius. These prospects I thought were really good, but, I had to go with top 10. And so that's my list right here. I got Zeev Buium at 1, Sam Dickinson 2, Levshunov 3, Silayev 4, Parekh at 5, Yakemchuk at 6, Solberg 7, Jiricek 8, Alfons Freij at 9, and EJ Emery to round off the top 10. And that is it for this video. And like I said, if you want to see some scouting reports on some of these players, head over to NHL Draft Pros. And please help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe button and like button. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.